We'll replay that. Good call by the referee. I'm joined here in our broadcast booth by Alexis Iwasa.
Good morning.
Afternoon. Good morning.
Good afternoon. One of the two.
Been a long week, and we're back. We are. This is really our second transmission of the day, for me anyway. I know you were here a bit earlier, and the games will get better as we go on. We have the men's and women's semis, and I'll explain the format here in a little bit on how the team competition works. Alejandra is 27 years old from Monterrey, Mexico. She has successfully defeated Paola Longoria in 2 pro stops in the women's LPRT tour this year, 2 of 5. Very impressive, up and coming. And what I find even more impressive is she's won 4 doubles events on the tour with 2 different players, which is very hard to do, to win to begin with, but to win with different players says a lot about her ability. Short serve. I've watched her come up as a junior. She's been playing for Team Mexico for quite a while. I don't know the number of years, but I have to say it's probably before we changed it to 21 years of age. She must have been playing at least 3-4 years with Team Mexico before she turned 18. That was another point by Alexandra, 6-3. She's playing very solid, as we can see here. Ball's down. The gals are the number 2 players for each of their teams. And in this afternoon, there's a timeout, 1-minute timeout with the new format. And the number 2 players play first this afternoon, all the semis, followed by the same teams playing in doubles for the women. And the last event, if the team split those, in other words, USA wins one of the events and Mexico wins the other, then there would be a tiebreak of the women's number 1 gals playing to decide the outcome of this semi. If Mexico wins this singles and then the women win the doubles, there's no need to play that third tiebreak event, which will all take place today, qualifying them for the finals tomorrow. Not sure what Rhonda ran off to do, but time in. That is her only allowed timeout. We're playing 3 out of 5 to 11. Win by 2. Have you ever had the opportunity to play either of these ladies, Alexis?
I have not. I have played Rhonda in doubles the last couple international tournaments this past year, but no singles yet, unfortunately.
Between the legs by Racich. Strong. Good hustle, ladies.
Great rally.
Point for Team USA. Nice serve, but easily returned. Alexandra has been, they're both tall, but she has a very long reach. Nice touch by Rhonda, left front. We see the official going in the court, explaining something to her. I'm not clear on what that is. To the effect of, when raising your hand, it's not quite understood what she's doing by doing so. And now we go to 9-5. This is the 7th of 8 days of tournament play. Short serve. The athletes, of course, have to be somewhat tired, but as good a condition as they are all in, they are up for the challenge to bring the medal home for their team play. Nice flat by Racich on the right side glass. That shot, having had the opportunity to play on this court, you don't really see the ball until it hits the front wall, which is too late because of the glass. 6-9. Short serve. Rhonda handled that glass very nicely. So she did call it a double bounce on Herrera. Herrera looks to her coach, does not appeal it, but does take a timeout. That should be a point for USA.
Yes, it should be.
I don't know if he granted it yet. In the team competition, we have 12 teams. In the individual, we had 14. Two of the teams didn't bring enough players to play for the team event. Team Spain and Team Dominican Republic. And we're winding down here. As I said, the semis will take place for the men's, women's, and all around. There will be no mixed competition play in this part of the tournament. San Luis Potosí at 5,500 feet makes even the gearbox ball, which is not one of the fastest balls out there, but definitely a nice ball to play with. The players really like it because there's a ceiling ball game had with it that with many other balls it's impossible. The ball would be coming right off the back wall and actually bouncing to the front wall in most cases. So yes, it is 7, serving 9. Asking for a short serve, getting it. Second serve. Half lob to Alejandra's backhand. Nice overhead into the corner by Racich. And she's back in it all of a sudden. Eight, 9. Short serve. She ties it up at 9. Rhonda is 43 years old, originally from Phoenix, Arizona. Short serve. She has been world champion twice in the women's singles division. And 6 times in the Pan American Championships. Now taking a 1-point lead. No more timeouts for Herrera. 10-9. Possible first game point for Rhonda.
Got it.
Rhonda's also been successful at winning the U.S. Open 4 times. And there it is. Great comeback by Rhonda. Looked like whatever she did when she took her timeout, ran over here and not sure what transpired, but she came in fired up. Why don't we go to a break?
Rise and shine, Colorado. Celebrate the 46th annual Colorado Springs Labor Day Liftoff in Memorial Park, September 3rd through the 5th. It's the most colorful weekend of the year. Don't miss the mass balloon ascensions, balloon glows, beer garden, live entertainment, kids zone, and a new 5K race. For event details, volunteer opportunities, and pre-event parking sales, visit LaborDayLiftoff.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Great start there for Herrera in the beginning of that first game. Rhonda was suffering from a little bit of an injury, but she took that time out, I think, at the perfect time. Roger, the amazing physiotherapist, part of the USA, fixed her back for her magically in that 30 seconds, and she came back and won that 11-9.
That is amazing.
That is.
She came running in.
Yeah.
And said, let's go. New game. And she was down 7-2 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never seen that before. And Rhonda, to her credit, who's been playing a long time, obviously at the age of 43, she was the #1 player on the ladies' professional racquetball tour. In the season ending, she was #1 4 times: 2005-06, 2007-08, and then in 2010-11. 3 seasons she did that. Short serve. 0-0. Second serve. Rhonda playing very well, getting the first point. Always a suggestion to the players if someone's hitting the ball around, and I know these players are very cautious, but when tying your shoe or doing things of that nature, you want to give your back to the other player. Short serve, just in case they're hitting the ball. Make sure you have your eye guards on, and here you would get a technical if you didn't have your eye guards as you walked into the court. Must have them on at warm-up and, of course, during the game. Holding up. Still 1-0. No, not that time. Side out. Herrera taking it 1-1. point. Rhonda's of Serbian descent. She's also an excellent basketball player. Just a all-around athlete.
We definitely saw her basketball skills this week as well.
On the big court?
Yeah. Beautiful facility here.
Yeah, they have a NBA training camp here, junior NBA training camp at this same time that we're here. Didn't like it. I think he called that a screen. German Kopolekia, our head referee, will go to a second serve. Double fault. Did she have her racket up?
I'm not too sure. I honestly missed that.
If she had her racket up and Rhonda served, she has to look back at the other player. And
But usually the first time is a warning.
that's right, yes, before they're. So, most certainly, and now Yanko Renteria comes up asking for an explanation. I'm sure they're going to appeal whatever that is. Let's see what happens here. We're getting clarification here. Looks like Kopolekia went to the desk to ask for clarification from the tournament director. Players cannot leave the court. This is not a timeout. It's a referee timeout. And it was a side out. Kopolekia had that confirmed with the desk, giving Herrera the 1 point advantage. Too far back. Pinch left side. 4-2. Nice get. Asking for a replay. Cord hinder. Hit the lights, came off. Strange. There are no official cord hinders, but the referee at his discretion can stop play, calling it a dead ball hinder, in which this case he did. 4-2. Racich back in the service box. 3-4. Rhonda indicating that the ball hit her racket. And thank you, head referee Kopolekia, explaining to us that Rhonda said that the ball hit her racket, I believe, going forward, which she's asking for a replay. Now with the video assist review, that should be easy to see if in fact that took place. I didn't see it. So we'll just stay right here. I want to thank our sponsors, Gearbox, La Loma Centro Deportivo, International Racquetball Federation, headed up by Osvaldo Maggi. It's not so obvious, apparently. Well, here we go. Now we have the. So yes, the ball did hit her racket, and I don't see any reason why she would have not told the truth there. I'm sure she felt it, even though we didn't see it. Now she can certainly appeal that it was an avoidable. That could be an appealable call. It happened at the same time, but she's choosing not to do so. That would be Herrera. So we go back to 4-4. The ball's down. Jumping out now ahead 5-4. Racich, short serve. Second serve. High lob Z to the backhand of Herrera. Herrera set up in the front court, drives it straight back in. Point. Herrera 5-5. No, too much court left open for her and put it back into the right corner. 6-5 Herrera. Nice backhand into the right front wall. Did not come out enough for Racich to get a racket on it. Skip ball. You have to listen and see. We have a referee timeout, it appears. No, this is a timeout called by Team USA. 1 minute. Four serving 8. Mexico ahead. Something she doesn't like in her racket. While in play, the referee obviously needs to see the ball and how it hits the front wall. But the noise helps a lot in determining whether or not the shot is a good shot. Sometimes the visual isn't enough, but the noise can be conclusive. And for those of us that play, and you will most certainly hear a difference between a skip ball and a well-hit ball.
Yes. Takes a little time to tell the difference between the two, but you get there eventually.
8-4. We're back, game 2 here. Nice shot by Racich. Definite advantage for Racich. Disadvantage Herrera is that Herrera's backhand is to the glass, which is obviously more difficult to play off of than the wall itself. Didn't matter there. She returned that very nicely. 9-5. Powerful backhand, bringing her to 10, her first possible game point here, game number 2. Nice reverse pinch, left side. We're all tied up here. One game apiece. First game went to USA 11-9. Second one to Mexico 11-5. Let's go to a short break. We'll be right back.
Rise and shine, Colorado. Celebrate the 46th annual Colorado Springs Labor Day Liftoff in Memorial Park, September 3rd through the 5th. It's the most colorful weekend of the year. Don't miss the mass balloon ascensions, balloon glows, beer garden, live entertainment, kids zone, and a new 5K race. For event details, volunteer opportunities, and pre-event parking sales, visit LaborDayLiftoff.com.
And we're back. 2-minute break between game 2 and 3. 1-1. USA and Mexico have split. We are seeing a very tight match between the two players. I'm sure they've played before. Don't know how many times they've played against each other, but I'm sure it's quite a few. The difference in ages speaks for the number of years the gals have been playing. And as I see the amount of championships Rhonda has under her belt, the list goes on and on.
She's got a pretty good rap sheet.
She broke into the Pro Tour back in 2000 is when she broke in, 22 years ago, and here she still is. 0-0, Mexico serving. That's the shot. Herrera thinking it was going to hit sidewall glass first. Didn't happen. Hit the back glass and went straight forward. She wasn't prepared for that. 1-0, USA. Short serve. Nice deep lob. Didn't get too far back. You see Herrera raising her hand. The ball went above the out of bounds line, 12 feet, a red line on the back court. You may see it there. Has to clear the red line to be out. Hitting the line is still in. 1-1. Two-1 now. The ball has to go out on the fly for either a point to be called or side out and a point called. Nicely done by Herrera. If the ball bounces and then goes over the line, which with some of the faster balls we have, I haven't seen that really happen. I've seen it, I guess, once myself.
Yeah.
Here happen. That would be called a replay if it went above the line after bouncing. A dead ball hinder. For sure. Good hold up there. I don't think she's going to get an avoidable call. She was not in a position to drive that ball home for the point. 3-1. Nice get, Rasic. Herrera is playing well. When you have the player behind you, obviously you have the angles that you can hit in the front court, giving you a great advantage. Very hard for the player to get to the ball. And that one cracked out for Herrera in the back right corner. Nothing Ronda could do. Taking us to 5-1. Nice recovery by Rasic. Serve. Nice pass. There's a perfect example of a down the line shot, in which case Herrera was in front of Rasic. That's, I guess, basic, well-coached racquetball and common sense. Three, 5. And she gives her the avoidable backhand straight in. Alexandra didn't want to swing. And that is the official call. Germán Copolequia is saying that it was an avoidable hinder. Point Herrera. Rasic appealing that it was simply a replay, a holdup. Safety hindered. We'll see what the video assist review tells us. Call stands. As we go to 6-3, this new system we have is very nice because there's nothing to be argued once the referee either affirms or acknowledges he made a mistake and overturns his own call. Not sure why Ronda didn't go after that, but it's a point Mexico. 7-3. Nice shot. Front wall. Cracked into the glass on the right side. Point. 4-7. Rasic still in it. Got to play a point at a time. 5-7. Skip ball. Herrera was asking for a screen after she saw Ronda missed her shot. She put her hand down quickly. 8-5. Good hustle, but no. (6-8). I'll explain a little bit about what the lines are that are horizontal to the side walls for those of you that are just learning the game or are not clear on the rules, what the purpose of those lines are. Nice recovery. Timeout Mexico. One and only timeout used. We'll be back in 1 minute. Let's go to a break.
Rise and shine, Colorado. Celebrate the 46th annual Colorado Springs Labor Day Liftoff in Memorial Park, September 3rd through the 5th. It's the most colorful weekend of the year. Don't miss the mass balloon ascensions, balloon glows, beer garden, live entertainment, kids zone, and a new 5K race. For event details, volunteer opportunities, and pre-event parking sales, visit LaborDayLiftoff.com.
And we're back. Rhonda Racich, Team USA, playing against Alexandra Herrera, Team Mexico. First two games. First one won by Team USA. The second one, Mexico. We are close in this one. Rally scoring every point. Serve or receive. 7 serving 8. Short serve. Second serve. It's a tough serve and returned it very nicely. Not enough oomph on that shot by Rhonda. Point to Herrera. 9-7. Short serve. She handcuffed her there. Rhonda getting the serve and the point back. 8-9. Have to win by 2 to 11. Down the line. Beautiful get, Herrera. No, too late. And Rhonda had her chance. She didn't put it down. This is the first possible game point. And now Team USA takes, or no, I guess not. She knows she has one timeout left, but doesn't take it.
I think she's going to wait till she gets in the service box.
10-8. She should have taken it.
Should have taken it.
Point and game Mexico, 11-8. Recapping, Mexico has a 2-1 lead in this first event of the team competition semifinals. If Mexico wins the next game, they will take a 1-0 advantage into the doubles, which the women's will play, whoever the Mexico doubles team is, against Team USA as well. If Mexico wins that doubles, Mexico then moves to the finals. If Team USA wins the doubles, the score would be 1-1, and then the number one singles for Team USA and Mexico would play the tiebreak to determine who goes to the finals. So it is every game, every point's important, of course. The points, the importance of them is simply a choice of serve in the fifth game if you go to a tiebreak, whoever has more points. But with rally scoring, I don't think that has been as an important an issue. Have you thought about that at all? I guess I really don't think it affects it much.
No, not really. Honestly, I don't think it makes a huge difference. It's just getting your serves in during the game is, I find, is a little bit more important.
Almost like the coin toss becomes a, what do you call it, an unnecessary event, just a token, because you could serve or receive, and you're going to alternate anyway the first 4 games. You can choose to serve or receive if you win the coin toss. but you will always score a point when receiving if should you get the serve back. So
Yes.
I don't think there's a big advantage in that as we've gone to the rally scoring. Trying to explain the drive serve rule, the lines, the 18-inch and 36 inches from the side wall in the center court there, between what is the 20-foot and the 15-foot lines which go across horizontally. What are the service? The first line from the front wall is the service line. The second line is the short line. First line is 15 feet from the front wall. The second one's 20 feet, and I'll come back to that. 0-0. Mexico gets the serve and a point. 1-0. Nice get, Herrera. Setting Racich up for a 1-1 tie. Nice serve right side. Didn't have enough on it to get it back to the front wall. 2-1. Good recovery, Herrera. No doubt her forehand is as strong or stronger than her backhand. 2-2. Point.
Would you say Herrera is a more calm and collective player that we see on the women's side? Personally, I've never seen her get like overly animated or frustrated or yelling at the ref or anything like that. She always seems to be very calm and to herself.
I would agree with that. I think when she was younger, because I did see her play a lot in the juniors, up and coming, and obviously a very good player, always was. Wasn't winning as much as she is now. But she would get a little more nervous in the court, and maybe just because she was young.
Yeah.
But she never, ever spoke in a adverse way other than maybe expressing frustration at herself.
Yeah.
But I would agree with you 100%. (5-2). That's a great serve. And I don't know if you saw Herrera, but she was watching to see which step Robin. That's my wife. Which step Rhonda would make, and she saw her make that step, and that's when she chose to hit it down the line.
Yeah.
6-2. Smart player.
Very. But that also comes from the years of experience and constantly playing.
I wonder how much. I mean, how much do you play during the week? No. Not enough.
Do we want to talk about realistically or ideally?
That you should be playing. No. We're going to 3-6 here. Good shot, Rhonda. Well, I think they must have a real firm training regimen, and when they're not playing, they're training, obviously,
yes.
Doing something on a daily basis. If anything, maybe a day off.
Yeah, rest day every now and then.
4-6.
I'll count running around with my child as my racquetball training.
That'll keep you busy.
Very.
4-6, second serve. Nice. Hard to see along that glass. Herrera not able to retrieve that. 5-6. No, short serve. So now when she goes to serve that, well, she's actually going to do a lob, which is, she can do that from any place in between the service and the short line, in the service box, as we call it. But if she were to drive serve it, point Herrera. When drive serving, she has to be outside of the second red line, which is 36 inches from the wall. The reason for that is you can use your body to screen the ball, and that keeps that distance, allowing for a fair serve, so to speak. A nice shot by Rhonda.
Fantastic
6-7.
reverse pinch there.
The appeal is that Rhonda stepped over the receiving line, the hashed red line. The rule on that, the ball has to bounce before she can step in to take the ball, or she has to allow it to come by on the fly and cannot cross the plane until the ball goes past the line. Obviously, where the referee is, you can't see that, but with the cameras, they'll be able to see that very easily. I'm sure that helps a lot. And even when we had the individual lines people standing in the back of the court, you can't see it like if you're standing on the side of the court, like you could here very obviously. Also, the short ball, you could see it very obviously. So let's see if he made the right call, or I guessed the right call. So she did not step in, no encroachment. That is an appeal used. She has one appeal left. Call stands 6-7. I think the ball skipped.
It sounded like it skipped.
I even thought it popped up a little bit.
Yeah.
If the call was a skip, Germán didn't look over to me to tell me, but that's okay. We know what the appeal is for. The appeal is coming from Racich. The call would have been a good shot. The appeal would be coming from the other player, Herrera. Skip ball it is. And a point to Mexico. We have seen many calls where the referee actually overrules himself.
Yes.
So it's working, this video assisted review.
And you know what? All the major sports and all these, like all the sports in the Olympics are now using this system. If we want to be part of that eventually, we got to switch it over. And I think it's been working quite well these last couple tournaments.
We had some comments in the chat box and others that have written saying that they love the rally scoring for the doubles, which made the game go a lot faster, which, as we know, could take forever with the past way we played it. And I have to agree with that. We would have been here till midnight last night had we scored that way.
Yeah.
But some people have said that in the singles they prefer the other way because it still moves pretty quick. In the Olympics, all the racket sports, as you mentioned, will have to oblige by the rules indicated to participate in it, and that's one of them for these racket sports. So our attempt to try to get into the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics, this is a big first step for us.
Yes.
And won't that be great if we get this sport in, and individual to thank for that, of course, all the effort put into that, many, many, many years of doing that, is Luc St. Ange, our International Racquetball Federation Secretary General.
Yeah, we actually had the honor of meeting the president of the Olympic Committee in Alabama just the other month.
8-6. Nice overhead rollout. So everybody got to meet him, huh?
Yeah.
Down-to-earth person.
Super nice. Loved the sport. He was just surrounded by a bunch of people coming in, but he stayed to watch a couple matches, and it was great.
7-8. Nice glass. Line shot. Could not pick it off the glass. Timeout, Mexico. We're first and only timeout. We're all tied up at 8-8. On that same note, to finish the drive serve, as I mentioned, that second red line, which is parallel to the side walls on each side, if you start within that 36 inches, you cannot serve behind you. Even if you start your service motion by releasing the ball and moving to one side or the other, you're not allowed to serve it behind you. That's the rule in the book today, and I think it's a good rule.
It is.
A lot of, I know all of our professional referees know that and watch for that. And the way to see that, which you can from the back wall, is if you're looking straight down it. The other thing is your racket can't enter that plane either. So if you are left-hander and on the left side of the serving on that left side, your racket cannot cross that plane, that 36 inches from the wall, and hit a drive serve down the line.
Right. You don't see many people hit those serves at all, or try to.
I think some people, when they do it, they forget.
Yeah.
They just forget.
Yeah.
And it's not seen often, and then the referee forgets to call it. 8-8. Now you can Z serve from there, hard Z, you can do whatever you want, but the drive is not allowed. Ball's down. Herrera 1 point away from giving her team a 1-0 lead in the team competition against the USA semifinal match. 10-8. Not yet, says Racich.
That's a great shot.
Incredible shot. And there was no encroachment. I was watching that.
Yeah.
9-10. Good call by the referee. And Rhonda knew it. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's where the ball went.
Yeah.
And she couldn't do anything about it. So, avoidable hinder, game-ending, match-ending point. USA won the first game 11-9, and the next three were 11-5, 11-8, 11-9. Thank you, Alexis. Any last comments you'd like to say about this match? And I'll tell the folks what's coming up next.
No, definitely a great match. Love to watch Alexandra and Rhonda play. Phenomenal. I think we just ended up playing more of a Herrera's game there those last 3 games instead of Rhonda's like she did in the first, but she is a little bit injured right now, so that's totally acceptable. And you know what? It has been a long week of racquetball. Gets a little hard on the body.
It looks like many of the players are feeling that, losing a little bit of steam. Coming up next, we have from the USA, Mexico doubles men's, Bredenbeck Pratt versus Beltran de la Rosa. Beltran de la Rosa crowned gold medal champions yesterday in the individual event. Congratulations to them. Should be starting at 4 p.m. And we are actually 4:25, so that is not possible. So we will start as soon as they have their warm-ups and be right back at you. This is Gustavo Farel with Alexis Aguasa